Please be seated. I'm going to invite the boys and girls that are here before you head out to Sunday school. Boys and girls, come on up. The Archbishop would like to meet you and have a word with you for a moment. So boys and girls, any visiting boys and girls, come on up. Come on up. You will invite. Come on up and have a seat right here. Last case. Kisses. There you go.
How are you this morning? Good. What is your... I do. Your name? What? What's that? My name? Who's that? That's Reverend Warren. You know who I am? Yeah, I'm Fred. Okay? I'm Fred. And in the work that I do, just as Warren looks after this congregation, right? I meet you every week as you come here, and preaches, prays with you, and celebrates for you, and so on. He has responsibility for this community. And what I have responsibility for is to travel and visit parishes like this, communities like this, all across Canada. So I usually in a different church every single Sunday. That is it. So I go from East Coast to the West Coast, way up to Ontario. And I enjoy that. I enjoy that because I get to see all kinds of people all across the church. People who are very, very faithful. Now, do you know what we're marking today? No. We're beginning to celebrate the 175th anniversary. The 175th anniversary of this parish. Not this building, but this parish. From the very first time people started to worship in this area. Okay, 175 years, that's a long time. A long time. 175 years of people celebrating the gospel and telling it to their children, and their children telling it to their children. Right? That's how you know, isn't it? Somebody told you about Jesus, right? Yeah. So, when we celebrate an anniversary of the church, it seems to me that one of the things that's good for us to think about is when did it all begin for us as individuals, right? And it really began with our baptism, right? Do you know where the font is in the church? It's right over there. And that font actually is, I think, the only piece of furniture out of the original church that was moved to the relocation here. So it's very old font. That's where baptism happens, right? And at baptism, we become members of the church, right? And we become part of the family of God in the world. Okay? Now, do you know when you were baptized? When you were very small. You know what? That's a good answer because that's what most of us say, right? Hands up, those who know the date of their baptism. Well, there's some work to do. Okay. So, the date of our baptism, we all know the date of our birthday, right? And we usually have a little celebration, right? But not all of us know the date of our baptism. And yet, as Christians, the date of our baptism is very important. Because that's when we became joined to Christ in a very special way. When we became joined to God and members of the church, His body all over the world. So, one of the things that I did a few years ago was to look up the date of my baptism. And there's my baptism certificate. It's kind of old, isn't it? Okay? Getting kind of yellow. Bit frayed around the edges. Right? And so this tells me that my full name is Frederick James, that I was born on December 3rd, 1953. I'm old then. 1953. And I was baptized not as a baby, but I was 4 years old. April 7th, 1957, at a little church called Emmanuel Church in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. That's where it all began for me, my life in the church. At that little church in Dartmouth, on that particular day. So now, this little history has become very important to me. And the older I get, the more important. Because it's a reminder to me of everything that I'm about as a Christian person. It goes right back to that moment in time when through baptism I became a member of the body of Christ. Now, you baptized here at St Paul. You were? Were you baptized here? I'm not sure. Yes. St. Paul's, okay? Okay. So you just have to find a date. What about you? You baptized here, Mr.? No? Nowhere? Okay, well maybe you can find that out. So that's a little something that I want you to think about doing, okay? See if you can find, check with your parents, check with your church office, the date of your baptism. Okay? And when that date rolls around here, you can thank God for the blessing of being a member of the church. Give you the life of people saved. So our anniversaries are big event for everyone. Our own baptism anniversary is a big event for us. Okay? So happy anniversary to you. Have a good day. And here's something to say good about you. Okay? This is the worship path, which shows us what we do. It's kind of like a ladder. You find your way into the ladder. Out of it, mean for worship, right? Pray, go to the Word of God, and then we wind our way back out of the church to do our work of the Word. Okay? So I'm going to leave these here. If you'd like to take one, please do. Aren't yours. Right? There's a few of them, aren't there? Yeah. So you can take them. Okay? Just show yourself. Thank you, Brother Lord.